them in case you do like them. So anyway, guys, so my name is Dr. Stephanie Burgos, and I am super, super excited to spend the next 30 to 45 minutes with you guys talking about, just kind of getting started, right? A lot of you guys, some of you are brand spanking new, just signed up this week. Some of you guys have, no, I don't want that light. That's fine. Some of you guys have, kind of taken a little bit of a break and just life has gotten the best of you. This is Luke. Say hello, Luke. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
So Luke is my significant other, but he's also my partner in crime when it comes to this business.
AKA lifesaver.
He is my lifesaver. And so he helps so much with the team, and he is also available for just if you guys need help. We kind of work together, and so you'll see us both kind of just really involved. What happened? Yeah, I know. He blends in the back. I'm like, I can't, they can't see you, my friend. So anyway, guys. All right. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start with the presentation. And if you guys have questions, you'll notice if you click on the bottom, there's a chat. If you pop up the chat, you can ask questions. I will go through any questions that come during my talk. You can go ahead and ask. All questions are fair game. I don't care how long you've been a coach. I don't care if you're a new coach. No question is silly. No question is stupid. So please feel free to ask any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and let me just go ahead and put to the beginning of the presentation. And I will go ahead and start. Where's my share screen? All right. All right, now here it is. Can you guys see my slide here? Awesome. So new coach call. So again, this call is it'll be recorded, it'll be up and going. My goal is to run these calls just so that you guys know. My goal is to start running these calls every other week. If I see that we are getting a lot of new coaches coming in every week, we can't, then I will ramp this up to every week. But the idea will be that if you guys have, for whatever reason, a new person, a new business partner that comes on, they are more than welcome to come into this call as well. This is for everyone. So know that this is a resource for you and also anyone that you would bring on with you. So the first thing I want to say, guys, especially as those of you who are starting, really starting a new business, right? At the end of the day, you have decided to join us not only because you want to get in shape and live a healthier life and live more freely and live more passionately, but because you also want to increase your finances and because you want to start an online business and you want to be able to elevate your family and take your family to the next level. So I bring this statement pretty much from the beginning, because it's going to be incredibly important, guys, to weigh your ego with your bank account. And what I mean by ego is what stops us from doing things. Whether we are afraid, because ego is in fear, right? We're afraid of what other people are going to say, what other people are going to think, so really thinking about weighing your ego with your bank account and realizing that when it comes to having success in business, and especially this type of business where we need to share ourselves so authentically, realize that you're going to need to leave your ego at the door. Like it literally, whenever you wake up, it has to stay in your bedroom at the door. That is if you want to really transform your life and really help other people. The next thing I want to say is you need to be a hungry student again. So I know for me, one of the things that I think really helped me have success in this business when I first started 4 years ago is that I had no clue what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing. All I knew was medicine. I knew nothing about business. I knew nothing about social media. I knew nothing about helping someone lose weight. I knew nothing about, branding myself and how to talk to people and how to lead people and how to train people. And these are things that I have learned and I'm continuing to learn through this process and over the past 4 years. But one thing that I knew was that I knew that I needed to become a student again, because this was a completely different field. This is a completely different type of work than what I do in the emergency room. And so I need you guys to approach this the same way. I don't care what you've done in the past. I don't care what your background is in. I need you to understand that at the end of the day, you are starting something brand new, right? You're starting something brand new. And so as a result, you need to be willing to be a student. And when you're a student, that's going to be meaning, taking notes, coming to class, coming to these calls, being an active participant, asking questions when you have questions, not being afraid, practicing things, just keep that in mind, guys, because it's going to be incredibly, incredibly important. And then the last thing I want to say before, this is actually everything I wanted to say before I even start. So what I wanted to say is that feeling overwhelmed is normal. And I think I have some coaches on here who've been here for a while, and I think they can kind of tell you that it's normal. It's normal to say, oh my goodness, and I'm looking at Blair here, it's normal to say oh my goodness, there's so much to learn, and there's so much to do, and there's so much that, that really is part of really running a successful business. And if you're just oh my goodness, I feel this is overwhelming, I can't do this, know that feeling is normal. I'm trying to normalize it for you, and know that you can have success in this business as long as you look at every single day as a new fresh day and you take everything one day at a time. And there's a quote, that we learn in our personal development, which we'll talk about just how important that is. But it's they say, how do you eat an elephant, right? How do you eat an elephant? You don't eat an elephant all at once. You eat an elephant one piece at a time. And it's the same idea with this type of business. So I just want to throw that out there, because I see a lot of coaches who will come in and they'll just kind of take a bird's eye view, and they'll say, oh my God, there is so much that needs to get done. Oh my God, there's so much I need to do. Oh my God. And it's realizing that at the end of the day, yes, it's important to have an idea, but I will tell you, for me, what excited me the most about this opportunity when I started was that there was so much room for me to grow. Does that make sense? There was so much for me to learn. And that meant that in order for me to reach my goal, I would be challenged, and I would have to grow so much, and I would have to grow into that position. I would have to grow into that person. And that really excited me. But that's my personality. I really like a good challenge. So you may say, I don't know, I don't like good challenges, but that really excited me about this opportunity. And I hope it excites you as well. All right, so the Team Healthier You mission statement. So that is the name of our team. So you are a part of Team Healthier You. And so our mission statement is to be authentic and live life on purpose. Okay, guys, that's why I say is live life on purpose, because that is the goal, right? At the end of the day, so many people are walking this earth with no passion. They're walking around feeling depressed. They're walking around feeling sad. And it's because they're not living in purpose. And so that is part of our mission. It's to help ourselves first. Notice that's at the forefront. At the forefront has to do with us. And that's what I was talking about, guys, that if you really take on this opportunity and you really take on the role of a coach, it will transform your life. It has transformed my life. It's transformed Luke's life, my mother's life, Blair's life. It will transform your life if you take on this opportunity. So it's to help ourselves and others create a healthy foundation so that no matter what obstacles come in life, we stay true to the activities that keep our mind, body, and soul healthy. That is important, guys, right? Because at the end of the day, guess what? Stress is never going to go away, right? How we handle stress can change. Obstacles are never going to go away. I believe, everything that we're going through right now is strengthening us for something that's going to come later on, that we're going to need to know, that we're going to need to be stronger for later on. So God is always preparing us for the next step. And so obstacles are always going to come. The key is, what do you do when that happens? Do you let your do you let your exercise go down the drain? Do you start eating like crap and allow yourself to gain 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds? Some people, which I've seen because of stress and because of, life's obstacles and deaths and sicknesses and getting hurt. And all of these things are still going to happen. It's not like Luke and we don't have, obstacles in our life. It's not that other successful people and other successful entrepreneurs don't have obstacles in their life. It's just that when it happens, they still stay true to their activities that they need to do, both for their personal well-being and also for their business. So that's why this mission statement is here, so that you understand this is what you're kind of standing behind, to lead this not only for yourself, but to share this with others. So what do we exactly do as a coach? So our goal is to help others achieve their health and fitness goals by sharing our journey authentically and consistently. So that's incredibly important. That's at the forefront. It's helping others, by sharing our journey. We do this by connecting one of our many products with a client with the client and their goals. And so we have many, many different products, guys. And before this call, and if I don't remember, remind me, I want to show you guys where you can go to access our product guide, because we have a product guide that's on your online office so that you guys can start becoming familiar with the different products we have. Yes, we have over 40 different programs in terms of workout programs. We have supplements such as Shakeology, which is a meal replacement shake. We have a performance line, which has our pre-workout and our post-workout. We have vitamins. We also have what we call Shakeology Boosts, which are things you can add to the shake. We have several different things. So it's going to be important for you to understand what those products are. Now, do you need to try every single one of them to suggest them? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying, though, is that for you to become familiar, just so that you know what we have. It's incredibly important for you to know what we have. A good way, especially most people now have our all access on demand. A good thing to do, especially if you're just becoming familiar with that platform, is to just put it on sometimes when you're like cooking in the background, turn on one of the workout programs, take a look at it, right? Like, if you're like, I wonder what this Body Beast thing is, while you're cooking, put it on in the background, put it on the TV, put it on the computer so that you could just look at it, right? Look at it and see, what is it? Is it a weight loss? Is it a strength training? Same thing with like our yoga studio online and our Pio and our Turbo Fire, just so that, again, you don't necessarily have to do all the programs in order to be able to recommend them. But it's important for you to say, okay, this Turbo Fire is really high energy. So I want to make sure that if I see someone who I think this would be good for, I would recommend this. What's nice now, again, is that most people have all access. So most of you should be able to do that. I would recommend you taking that recommendation. And so we offer support in our private online accountability groups, in which we call challenge groups. So that is how we offer our support. And so you'll see many of you, if you're my client, you are in my Healthier You Wellness group. That is my challenge group. I keep that challenge group going all the time. So I have a group on Facebook, and we also have a group that we can also access on the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Tracker app. Not Beachbody On Demand, but the Beachbody Challenge Tracker app. And that is an app that you can actually download on your phone, and it stays on your phone, and you can stay accountable with your clients, and they can put in their Shakeology, they can put in their workouts. And so that's something that you may consider, especially when you guys are first starting your groups and maybe you just have one person, two people. You may want to focus in and just do the app, because you can really see what they're doing. Or you may decide to run a group on Facebook, or you may even decide to utilize Messenger. Messenger is a great option, especially when you have that small community and you only have one customer or two clients or three clients, to utilize Messenger so that you can really help each other stay accountable. Realizing that it's not about us, but about the other person and their goals. We offer support and accountability, and we help others build businesses doing what we do. So this is a kind of a bird's eye view, again, of what we do. So first thing I want to talk about, or at least that we want to talk about, is it's going to be incredibly important, guys. Again, this is a business. Just like if you were investing, $250,000 into a business, fortunately, you didn't have to invest that. Many of you invested less than $205 to get this started. But the number one thing that is going to be important is for you to understand, what is your why? Why do you want to have success in this? What is at risk if you do not have success in this, right? And so this is something that this may develop over time, but right now there's a reason why you wanted to do this. There's going to be a personal reason, meaning it has to do with you, meaning whether you're just like, I'm tired of being overweight, I'm tired of feeling stuck in my life, I'm tired of having no passion, I'm tired of, having no energy, I'm tired of working my butt off for nothing, and I'm not getting, recognized at work. whatever it is, whatever that why is a personal aspect. And then there's typically usually a familial aspect, meaning related to your family, related to what you want to do for your family. Or maybe you want to elevate your family's finances. Maybe there's debt within your family's finances that you want to get rid of. But what is your why? This is the first assignment that I want you guys to take from this. So write this down, and I want you guys to write your why. And your first assignment is to post this in the team page and tag myself, Luke, as well as your coach if I'm not your coach. So if I'm not your coach, I want you to also tag your coach in there, and I want you to write what is your why. Again, this is literally, and I want you to write this somewhere, and then you're going to keep it somewhere where you can look at it every single day. Because guys, this is like anything else. It's, being an entrepreneur, it's a roller coaster, meaning there are ups and downs like anything else in life. And so understanding what your why is going to be incredibly important, especially on those days when you don't want to do the work, right? That is, it's like on the days when I was in medicine and I was training and I was tired as all hell, and like I was working 70 hours a week, and like I needed to go to work again, and I did not want to go to work, and I needed to push through and not call in sick. And it's like, why did I want this? There was a deep burning desire. It's the same thing now that you're starting a business. Why do you want to have success? So make sure that you write that down. That's the first thing I want you guys to do. Write that down and share it with us in the team page. Again, and just so you guys know, the team page is a completely private page. Only those of us in the team can see it, so that you guys feel secure and safe in order to write there. Next thing is, what is your vision? So this is different than your why. So, for me, my why was more in tune with the fact that I was seeking my passion. I was, I felt, even though I was working in medicine, I was still wondering what's next for me. I was still wondering, what is my passion, as well as wanting to lose weight, feel better, have more confidence, have more energy. Those were all my reasons for why I wanted to have success in this. And then my vision has to do more with paying it forward. My vision, for me personally, my vision has to do with more about the people that I'm helping as well. So there's going to be two parts to this as well. There's going to be a personal aspect to this vision, meaning what is the vision you see for yourself? Do you want to live financially free? Do you want to have time freedom? Do you want to be debt free? Do you want to be able to travel the world with your family and have an online business? Do you want to be able to provide for your parents? Maybe your parents are struggling. You want to be able to help them. What is the vision personally that you have for yourself and your family? And then I want to challenge you to start thinking about what is the vision you have for your business and the team that you're going to eventually build. Because if you want to have a successful business in this, you will be bringing on a team, and it's really important that you start thinking. And this may be hard for you, or this may be easy for some of you, but this is something I want you guys to start thinking about. What is the vision that you want? For me, I want to see women empowered. I want to see women feeling beautiful and confident and, rocking their lives. Like, that is a huge part of my vision. My vision is to end obesity. My vision is to end anxiety, to end depression, because I truly believe all of that ties into how we feel about ourselves. And it starts first with how we take care of ourselves. That is part of my vision. Does that make sense? And so because that vision is what's going to help you stay inspired. And so understanding why you're working so hard. So these are going to be two things. And so usually some people will also create a vision board. And we'll talk about that more on another call, or, we'll talk about that more within the team page, creating vision boards and really piecing together how you want your life to look like. And it's going to be incredibly important, because I will tell you guys that the more that you're able to envision what your life looks like, the more potential is going to come true. It first always starts in your mind. Your reality is within your mindset. And so whatever's going to come first starts with what you can see for yourself. And that is why vision is so incredibly important. And one thing I think Danny Johnson says is that a man without vision will perish. So a man without a vision will perish. And that is entirely true. So it's like, you need to make sure that you understand what your vision is. And again, this is just kind of going like, what is your vision for yourself and your business? Holding yourself accountable, paying for just Shakeology, earning $400 to $500 a month, earning 6 or 7 figures, quitting your job and living a life by design as a full-time coach. What is your vision? And then taking it even further. What is the type of vision? Like I said, I want to end obesity. I want to play a role in ending anxiety and depression. I have huge goals and huge vision for what is possible with our team and for myself as well, personally. So why don't you talk about a little bit about the 4, because I gotta let him talk.
I don't have to say nothing.
Otherwise, okay, I can keep talking. But next time we're gonna get Luke to talk some more.
I know you love talking so much, so go right ahead.
It's true, I do talk a lot. But so 4 vital behaviors are gonna be incredibly important. So guys, this is what we do consistently every single day, no matter what. And so number 1 is going to be proof that the product works. So what we mean by this literally is committing to a program and getting results and seeing results. And to me, that was a win-win. When I first started, I remember telling myself, if all I get is an amazing shape, shoot, this whole process will be worth it. That was my mindset. That was my mindset when it started. It's still my mindset today. Like if all I get, if all of a sudden all of this was to crumble and like, you know, Beachbody was to like not exist, I would be forever grateful for just how much I have changed and how much my body has changed and how much my mindset has changed. And so just kind of keeping that in mind. So being proof that the product works every single day. So that's working out every single day, making that a part of your lifestyle, using Shakeology, using our performance line if you can, using our products, because at the end of the day, guys, I never want you to promote something that you don't believe in. And that's me being genuine and authentic with you. At the end of the day, like I want this to really transform your life the way that it has transformed my life. And because I know that when that happens, you are going to openly and freely and happily share with others from a place of authenticity. And that is what's going to get people to trust you and want to work with you. And so first and foremost, it's going to be getting in shape yourself, getting the results, believing in what we have to offer. And at the end of the day, if you don't believe in what we have to offer, you shouldn't be in this business. And that's the truth. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad at you. It's just like, but it's incredibly, incredibly important. And I hope that, you know, I really want you to make sure that these products work for you and that you believe in them. Number 2 is going to be doing personal development every single day. Blair can talk to this. She can make a comment about this. Personal development is everything, like absolutely everything in this business. And honestly, guys, next time I'm gonna put this as number 1, because sometimes I feel like I'd rather, if you can't do anything, I'd rather you do personal development. And that's sometimes what I'll tell my customers and my clients, and I'll say like, look, even if you don't work out, if you could just listen to some personal development and work on yourself, like that will mean the world to me. Because at the end of the day, guys, we are our worst, we are our biggest obstacle, right? Like at the end of the day, the words that we tell ourselves in our mind are what stops us from success. It's what stops us from seeing success personally in our weight loss goals. It's what stops us from seeing success in our careers. It is like we are our worst enemy at times. And it all starts with the mindset. And so that's where personal development comes in, and making sure that it is a daily part of your life. And when I talk about the huge transformations that this business can bring you, all of it stems from the personal development. When I see how it has transformed not only people themselves or the person themselves, but how it has transformed families and how it has transformed relationships, how it has transformed not only intimate relationships, husband and wives, significant others, but also parents. It absolutely changes you when you work on yourself. And I will tell you that most people stop working on themselves at like high school, at the end of high school, you know, those, or at the end of college, whatever it is that they stop like going to school. It's like all of a sudden, everyone is suddenly equipped for life and life's obstacles, and they never pick up a book to improve themselves. And that's a shame. And so as a new coach, as someone that's really committed to really helping others, realizing you need to help yourself first and you need to work on yourself first, and that's going to be paramount. So books that I recommend that are huge, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero is a fantastic book it's about confidence and really believing in yourself. The Energy Bus is also fantastic. It's a great read. I do a lot of my personal development in the car, and I listen to a lot of audio. So if you're like, Stephanie, I don't have time to even like read a book. So that's me. I understand. So I use audible.com, and I'll put it in the chat here, but I use audible.com which is by, it's by Amazon. Yeah, it's by Amazon. And it's a monthly membership. It's $14.95, but it gets you a book. So every month that $14.95 gets you a book and it rolls over. So that's something to consider. If not, you can always go to the library and pick out these books. You can always order them as you kind of have your finances. And then there's also a ton of, it's actually on there, a ton of podcasts, free podcasts that you can listen to as well. And we can give you some recommendations for those as well. So there's both free, but obviously You Are a Badass, The Energy Bus, The Compound Effect is a fantastic book. The Slide Edge and How to Rock Your Network Marketing are some of the books that I recommend for people who are really jumpstarting their business. So that's number 2. Number 3 is invite, which I should also kind of really say as connecting and sharing and building relationships. That is what that vital behavior means. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in this call, but it has to do with really sharing your story authentically on social media is a huge part of that, as well as connecting with people and building relationships with people so that people will trust you, and then ultimately inviting them to join you as your accountability partner on this journey, on a healthy journey. And so that is something we need to be doing every single day. And the last part is recognition, making sure that we are recognizing and celebrating ourselves and those who join us, on this journey, whether they are our clients, other team members, but recognition is really important because that is going to be vital. It's like when you have a new client and they're seeing success, recognizing them publicly or recognizing them in your team page is something that's going to really make them feel good. Also, recognition can be sending thank you cards if someone, orders from you, or, just doing small things like that. But recognition is part of something we should be doing every single day. Okay, next slide. No technical difficulty. All right. So goals of a new coach, and this is what we're going to go through over the next couple minutes, is to stay committed to one of our programs, announce that you will be working on yourself and sharing, share authentically, consistently, help 3 people become your accountability partners, and repeat. This is what we do. Guys, when people ask me, what do I do? This is what I do. This has not changed in 4 years. This is what I do every single day. The only difference between me and you is that I have done this literally every single day for 4 years without a fail, without a day missed, regardless of working a ton, graduating, moving, other obstacles in my life. I have never missed a day of doing this. So that is the difference. It's like this business is actually incredibly simple. I hate to say, but the things that are simple to do are also simple not to do. And so just kind of keeping that in mind, guys, that the only difference is consistency that I have and time. So some of that, that's just, and for those of you who are kind of just like listening in, that it's 100% the absolute truth. So number 1, creating your launch post. So this is what I call just publicly sharing on social media that you are working on yourself and excited, and that you're going to continue to share more, and that you're looking for accountability partners. This should be done this week. This should be a post. If you have not done this post yet, this post should be done this week. Within the first 2 to 3 days, you should be posting something to this nature. So if you have done a program, I have 2 types here. So the next one, so this first one is if you've done a program and if you have a transformation, this is an idea of what you can post. Again, you want to use your own words, your own story, but I'm kind of giving you an idea. And it's basically saying, what I said here is, what if you could wake up one day and not recognize your body, but in a good way? I have been struggling with my weight since I was a child. My weight always went up and down, and I was a slave to the scale. I let it dictate how I feel, but not anymore. I have been committed to my program, and I feel amazing. I have lost 5 pounds, and my energy is through the roof, and I'm sleeping better. On top of that, my clothes are no longer snug. Yay! If it were not for my support group, then I would not have been able to do it. I am so excited to announce that I will be staying committed to this journey, and I want to inspire you too. I'm looking for 3 accountability partners who are ready to say enough is enough and want to get on track with their wellness. Message me if you want more details or comment more info below. So this is just an announcement. It's just publicly saying that you're going to be sharing your journey. You're going to be staying committed. And if you're going, and regardless of whatever you post, please, 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 and we'll talk about this a little bit later too, please, please, please make sure that you post it with a nice picture of you. A beautiful, smiling, clear photo of you. And if you have a transformation photo, which I know some of you do, I want you to post it with that photo. The next one is if you haven't had any results. So have you ever thought enough is enough? This is literally how I talk. So, well, this is how I have been feeling over the past few weeks regarding my health and fitness. I've been working so much and have been putting others before me that I have let myself go. Can you relate? Well, I have decided that moving forward, I will be taking time for me daily, and I want to help you too if you can relate to how I feel. I just started a new program at home this past week, and I have been able to fit in my workout in just 30 minutes at home. I have more energy already. I feel happy, and I'm super excited to have this amazing outlet to relieve stress. And now I'm ready to pay it forward and help you too. So if you're looking to make more time for you, then I'm looking for 5 women to help me stay accountable. If interested, message more info below. Comment more info below. So this is, again, guys, and one thing, and again, always posting a clear picture of you. And obviously, one thing I want you guys to do is to post something like this and share how you're feeling. You know, share how you have been feeling, and be willing, again, leaving your ego at the door, because at the end of the day, it's realizing that your struggles and what you've been going through, what I love about this business is that it's going to allow you to connect and relate to so many other people, because you're not alone in how you feel. You must trust me in that. You're not alone in how you feel. And every single person who trusts me on this and really shares their story and shares their journey and shares their struggles authentically, they're always surprised and overwhelmed by, in a good way, by the responses that they're getting from people that, you know, just thanking them for their honesty and for their authenticity and for their transparency. And so again, I know sometimes it can be a lot to push yourself, but just know that you're not alone. And a lot of people, you know, always get a little nervous kind of sharing that first post, but know that it's the jump you need to take, and, you know, in this business. So sharing your story authentically and consistently. So your social media is your storefront. So starting today, guys, all of you should go and make sure that your cover photo, that your profile photo is a photo of you. You know, I don't want to see your cat. I don't want to see, you know, a picture of all your kids. Like they need to know it's you, so that if someone's scrolling through, it's a nice, clear photo of you. That should be your profile picture. Now, your cover photo can have your kids, you know, it can be a representation of your life. Who just added that line? That's so weird. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. So sharing your story, so your social, because your social media is your storefront. So making sure that is, you know, making sure that you have clear photos, making sure that your profile picture is a nice picture of you smiling, because at the end of the day, it's your first impression, right? So it's the first impression that people are going to get of you. Your brand is something that you will develop over time, and we will talk about that, you know, in our team pages and future team calls, in kind of in group mentorship. But the idea is that this is something, again, I had no experience with this in the beginning, and it's actually still something that I'm developing myself. So it's something that will continue to develop. But the idea behind a brand is understanding that at the end of the day, people are going to want to work with you. They're not going to want to work with me. They're not going to want to go work with Beachbody. They want to work with you. And you are the brand. So whatever your struggles are, whatever your life is like, that is part of your brand. So for example, I have women who are mothers of twins. That's a huge part of their brand. They are a mother of twins. You know, I'm a physician. That's a huge part of my brand. I'm a physician. If you're a teacher, that's a part of your brand. If you've, you know, been divorced, if you've been separated, you know, that's a part of your brand. There's different parts of what your brand is, and that's going to be what's going to be your relatability point to others. In terms of sharing your story consistently and authentically, you want to aim to post 3 times a day. Again, this is not set in stone. At the end of the day, I want you to commit to something that you believe you can commit to. So if you say, Stephanie, right now, all I can do is commit to once a day, hey, that's once a day, I will take it. Because at the end of the day, I care more about you being consistent and ramping that up. But I will tell you that when I first started, I went from never posting to posting 3 times a day. And if you guys go back to my Instagram and scroll all the way back to when I first started, literally it was the 3 same posts every single day. Every day I posted a quote, an inspirational quote. Every day I posted what I ate, a meal of what I ate, and I posted a sweaty selfie. And you'll see, if you go back, guys, and this is just me failing forward, what I talk about when I say failing forward, meaning action is more important to me than anything else. So overthinking is not good. Action, 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 and you will fail forward. And if you're willing to fail many, 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 many times, but as long as you keep getting back up, you're going to find success. And so for me, you'll see in my beginning photos were grainy, they were dark, they had poor lighting. I was doing all the wrong things that I'm going to tell you not to do in here. But again, I was still acting, and I was still helping other people, and I was still inspiring other people, even though I was doing it all wrong. And then you want to share your story at least twice a week. So that's where it's going to be important, guys, that you understand what your why is, as well as writing your story. So that's going to be so far I have a lot of homework assignments for you. Number 1 is, what is your why? Number 2 is, what is your vision? And then number 3 is, what is your story? I promise I think that's the last homework assignment. But what is your story? And your story has a lot to do with, what was your life like before you got started with this? What is your life like currently? Or what is it that you're looking forward to? Especially if you are a brand new coach, right now you're just getting started, but what is it that you're excited about? That's going to be part of your story. And then share your story at least twice a week. So once we have that crafted, you may break it up into a couple different posts, but the idea is for you to share that at least twice a week on your social media. And then the last part in terms of sharing your story authentically and consistently is sharing stories from our team. You are coming into a team that has lots of transformations. Use that to your benefit. Share the stories on our team. Share them on your page so that people can get inspired. Because someone may not relate to your body or your body type or your story, but they may relate to me and my professional, and me being a physician and a busy professional and having all this weight to lose, and they may relate to me, or they may relate to a busy mom of 4 or 5 who we have on our team who is still getting amazing shape. So be open to realizing that your audience may find inspiration in one of our other stories, and we have those stories, and it's for you to share them. And I remember when I first started, I shared the story of people around me on my team like crazy, because I only had myself. I didn't have anybody. So I was just like, I'm going to share my story, and then I guess I'll share these other people's stories, because I knew that sharing stories was a huge part of this. So sharing that consistently. And then last goal is to help 3 people get started. And so some tips on this, because a lot of times, this is something that takes time, and this is something that needs to be done every single day. So making sure that anyone who likes or comments on your photos, for example, send them a message. Send them a message and just simply say, thank you so much for commenting, or thank you so much for liking my photo. Your support means everything to me. And then you can even ask them a question like, is there anything you'd love to see me post about that would be of value to you? Right? Like, that's opening up conversation. And also that's also asking the people who do follow you what they want you to post about and what would be of value to them. And so that's something to consider as a way to connect with people, because when it comes to getting 3 people started, a lot of it has to do with, really connecting and really building relationships, and then inviting them to actually be a part of your community and a part of your group. So liking and commenting on other people's photos is also going to be important. The way Facebook works, and some of you may or may not know this, but the way Facebook works is that just because you have like 200 friends, it doesn't mean that every single time you post, all 200 of your friends see that post. Okay. Usually I'll actually tell you only like 3% of your friends see what you post. So that's actually how Facebook works. Now, if you are always commenting and liking on other people's photos, and they're commenting and liking on your photos, you are more likely whatever you post will show up on their newsfeed. So that's why we have this idea of liking and commenting on other people's posts, so that when you do post and you are sharing your journey, your posts are showing up on their newsfeed. Does that make sense? And also understanding that, like I said, only 3% of who follow, like I have 5,000 people on my friends list. I started with 1,000. I have 5,000 now, or a little under. So that means, what's 3% of 5,000? So when I post, the possibility is that roughly
150.
So roughly 150 people out of close to 5,000. That's not a lot. You know what I mean? Like that's not a lot of people. So that's why also, guys, I talk a lot about consistency, because you may share your story today, only 150 people are going to see it. So if you post that same story a couple days from now, guess what? More people are going to see it. It's going to be more opportunity for people to see it. Does that make sense? So don't feel like if you're posting, don't worry about, oh, I'm posting the same thing over and over again and people are going to get tired. And because I know that's what a lot of coaches worry about when they first getting started, but realize that not everybody is seeing your post. And so understanding that's why we tell you to like and comment on other people's photos, so that when you do post on your social media, it's more likely that they're going to see what you have to post. So liking and commenting on other people's photos, putting out messages like what I told you to do for your coming out post. So always, making sure that when you are posting, maybe once a day, if you're going to be posting 3 posts a day, one of your posts throughout that day should at least have what we call a call to action. A call to action is literally what I put on this other post, which was message me if you want more info or comment more info below. That is a call to action. You are giving them a call to act on something and you're telling them what you want to do. So when I post, you guys see when I'm posting, and some of you came to me because of that. I said, comment below comment more info below if you want more information. I was telling you guys what I wanted you to do. So I will tell you that is how I have built my business in all these 4 years. I will every single day have a post on my Instagram and on my Facebook that at least has one of my posts has a call to action on it. And that is because I know that not everyone's always going to be seeing my posts. And I know that I never know who's going to open up their Facebook or open up their Instagram and see my post. And maybe today's the day they want to reach out. Okay. So making sure that you're always staying consistent with that and not feeling discouraged, because there are some days I post and nobody comments anything. That's okay. And there are some days that I post and I get an email. Some days I post, I get a couple emails. But the point is that I stay consistent. And the people who are following me see my consistency and they trust the fact that I show up every single day. So liking and commenting. And so that's how, that's doing things like that is how you can get people interested in what you have to offer. Also, using the form method when someone is interested. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but the form method has to do with when someone is interested, guys, and they say, yes, I want more information, you do not just go out and just like tell them everything about what you're doing. The idea is that, great, you show excitement that they're interested, but you want to get to know what their goals are. And using the form method, and form stands for family, occupation, recreation, and message. That is what form stands for. It's basically a way for you to get to know that person and get to know their goals. And so using the form method, and I'll talk a little bit more about that a couple slides later, but that's using the form method and not just kind of what we call word vomiting on people. Do not overwhelm someone with all the details, and then following up will be important. And we'll do another call or more training on follow-up as part of the training, but that's going to be incredibly important. And so the reason why we want you to help 3 people every single day is because Success Club is our objective, our objective measure that we hit every single month. That is how we know, because all businesses need objective data. And so every single month, my goal is to hit Success Club, which is really helping 3 people. And that's why we say help 3 people get started every single month. And so in order to hit Success Club, it's understanding that we get points. And the whole idea of Success Club is that if you hit 5 points, that is hitting Success Club. So again, all this is an objective measure. If you're hitting Success Club, which I say here, coaches who make Success Club every single month in a period of 12 months make 23 more times than coaches who do not. So it's the idea that it's simply an objective measure so that you know that you're growing your business forward. And so how you hit it, so for every challenge pack sold to a new client, you get 2 points. And so that's all access. All of you on here got started with a challenge pack. And so that was the package that you got started. That's a challenge pack, and that gives you 2 points. If you start someone on Shakeology alone, that also gives you 2 points to a new client. So if you sell 3 challenge packs, that's 6 points, and you hit Success Club. So there's Success Club 5 and there's Success Club 10. Those are the only two. There's no Success Club 15. I should say you can have Success Club 15, but there's not an additional perk per se that you get for hitting Success Club 15, 20, 15, 30, whatever. But the main goals are 5 and 10. So every month there's prizes by corporate and potential and the opportunity to win free trips, which, many of you have saw that I went to Mexico, I went on a cruise, and a lot of that was earned through the Success Club trip. And so the idea is that, and a lot of you will, every January, corporate puts out where the next trip is. And so all year, as you're hitting Success Club points, the amount of points you get give you a certain amount of dollars towards that trip. And so you have the potential to earn a free trip for you plus one person along with you. And so you also get, when you hit Success Club, you become eligible for the leads program. So you get the potential for free customers. And then also, like I said, coaches who hit Success Club do make more than coaches who do not. Also, for those that are brand new, if you hit Success Club in your first 3 months consecutively, you get a free ticket to our national convention. So, so that's something to consider. So like, let's say you just got signed up. You don't necessarily need to hit it this month. Let's say you just got signed up in July 15th. You would have August, September, October, so that you can still qualify for the free ticket to the national convention. This is only for people who just recently signed up. And then I wanted to touch really quickly on team calls. We have team calls every other week, and they're usually on Zoom. I usually will put an event the same way you saw this event. They're usually on Mondays or anywhere from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. It all depends on the person's schedule who's going to be running the call. So definitely keep your eye out for that. Also, another thing I want you guys aware of is the National Wake Up Call. That's every single Monday at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's recorded, so you can just kind of you can listen to the replay. Another thing I like is that you can find these recordings in the online office. All right, breathe. Whew, there's a lot of information. So lots of information, lots of information. But again, I'm telling you guys, just one step at a time. So we have a few more minutes left. So I have just a few more slides that I wanted to just quickly try to go over to give you guys some tips, and then I'll take some questions. But, and it has to do with inviting. So making a list of contacts, guys, super important to make a list. So kind of have like a jog list in terms of thinking of everybody that you know, and do not prejudge someone. You never know who needs your help, and you never know who's going to want your help. So making a list of all your contacts. You can send a message to people. So this is a message that I sometimes will send to people. And it's like, hey girl, how are you? Mentioning something about them. So like, I see that you just bought a house. That's kind of me. So how awesome. I was wondering if you knew of anyone who is looking to lose a few pounds before the summer and who wants to increase their energy. I have a group starting and I'm looking for one other person to add. Please let me know either way. So this is what we call a cold message, because obviously you're just sending a message out. Again, I don't do this often. I do because, like I said, I am very consistent in doing call to actions in my daily posting. Does that make sense? So there's a difference. There's a lot of people who do one or the other. So this is one way you can do it, which is what we call cold inviting. Again, this is how a lot of people, they like doing this. And so with cold inviting, it can be scary, but you must trust the process. Again, don't make any assumptions of who needs your help. And the idea is that you want to go for as many no's as you can, because every single no is a seed planted. Because trust me, even though they say no now, all that means is no, not right now. I can't even tell you how many people have been following me over the course of 4 years, and now they're ready. Maybe they started following me a year ago, 2 years ago. I offered them a challenge pack, or I offered them in my group and they said no. But guess what? They kept following me, and they kept seeing my posts, and they kept seeing how consistent I am. And now they're more open and more willing and more ready. So it's not about when you're ready, it's about when the client is ready. Okay. So don't make assumptions. Always go for as many no's as you can get, because those are seeds planted, and you reap what you sow. The more people you talk to, the more people who will know what you're doing and who will start watching you. That's how you need to think about it. And if they say no, that's okay. Follow up with them next month. Always. You don't know, like we literally have a system. We follow up with people. We are relentless at following up. And even like we get messages from people that are just like, damn, you follow up so much. Like you are like really good at you're so consistent with how you follow up. And people thank us for that because they get busy or they don't want us to forget them, or maybe it's just not a good time for them. And I think, again, guys, a lot of people struggle with this because you feel like you're annoying the hell out of them. But I will tell you that people are living a busy life, and they're not really concerned about how many times you're following up with them. They are really, a lot of people need to be reminded over and over and over and over again. So don't feel bad. Go for no. Follow up relentlessly. And if they say yes, then continue on to the scripts. And we'll talk a little bit about the scripts. And so follow the scripts. And so this is in the training site. And so the training site, and I'll mention that right before we get off the call of where to go. But the training site has our scripts. And this is essentially, guys, what I follow, what I do. So I always ask people, what are their fitness goals? When someone says, Stephanie, I want more information, or they comment, I'm interested in underneath my photo, I send them a message and say, hey girl, I saw that you were interested. What are your fitness goals? I'm super excited to learn more. And that's what I say. I leave it at that. Then they tell me what their fitness goals. And I say, what have you done to reach those goals in the past? Then they tell me what, and I say, okay, great. What's your height and weight? And then how much time can you commit to your health and fitness? Then bam. And then sometimes I ask them, do you have support at home? Because I like to know if they're all alone. And then after that, once they tell me all that information, I then will say, awesome, here is what I would recommend for you. And then I use the scripts, which is, again, you guys will have access to the scripts on the training site. So second is make the recommendation. And I always start with the all access challenge pack, which is what most of you guys started with, because nowadays it gives you access to everything. So that makes the most sense. So I start with our biggest product, and then if they say no, that the price is an issue, then I maybe suggest just the all access by itself without Shakeology. Maybe I suggest the performance line. Maybe I suggest pre-workout. I first start with the main package, and then if they say no, or if they say a price is an issue, then I may just suggest, just like I said, the all access. And so you want to always start with the all access challenge pack, use the YouTube infomercials. And again, this is in the scripts, but the idea behind this, guys, is that I don't want you necessarily explaining what the package is in your words and typing it all out. I'd rather you use the $1 million infomercial that Beachbody spent making to use to our benefit, okay? Because they're beautiful, they tell the whole picture, and they have a story in it, so it's really, really good. So what if they ask for the price? Which a lot of people will be like, what's the price, right? You're like, dang, you didn't even let me like talk to you. They're just like, what's the price? And it's just like, it's like, hey girl, the price depends on the program, and we have several. I would love to first get to know what your goals are so that I can make a specific recommendation for you. Let me ask you a few questions. What are your goals? That is how you take control and you redirect the conversation. Do not be afraid to take control of the conversation, guys. Because at the end of the day, that is the honest truth. You have no idea what you're going to recommend to them. And so, utilize that. Don't be afraid when they're like, what's the price? What's the price? Like, don't be afraid and take control of the conversation. And then send them the link. So the links we have, the way that you can send the link, guys, is that we have the Coach Mobile app, which I just want to show you really quickly is what it looks like. So if you were to go to coachmobile.teambeachbody.com, this is what it looks like. It'll come up like this. You would log in with your login, your username, so your email to log into your account. You click submit, and then you would go ahead and put in someone's information. So let's say it's their email address, and this is for a challenge pack only. So let's say that, they, I'm going to put in just my dad, for example. I don't think. So let's enroll a new coach, let's say. So it's going to ask you for name and email. It's the same thing whether it's a customer or coach. And then you'll click shop now. And then you'll see you can select the product. So it allows you to select the challenge pack for them. So you can select ship shop. You can select the annual all access. You can select, which again, most people now are offering these to begin with. So you would click this, click OK. Then you would select the Shakeology for them. Let's say you click the Shakeology bag, you click OK, and then you click add to cart, and then you send it. And then this goes to their email, so that they just need to check their email, and you've already pre-selected everything for them, and they just need to order. Okay, so this is one option to send to your customers. And then the other option, which I wanted to quickly show you guys, is utilizing, which you can see right here is my phone, is you can utilize, who is calling me? That's so weird. All right, so if you guys go right here, if you download, you see this right here where it says BB Links. BB Links is an app that you can download. And so if you click on BB Links, you can go ahead and it'll ask you to log in, and then it's going to ask you to put in your coach ID. And your coach ID is part of the training, but the coach ID, you would go to settings over here, and you can see, you can manage your coach accounts and you can input your coach account ID. So then once you have your ID in there, it saves your ID, and then you click on products and it has all of the products here. So let's say you wanted to send somebody the challenge pack. So here's the Shakeology all access. You get the 3-day refresh, you get Shakeology. You would click on this, and then here's the link that you would send them. So you would copy this link, and it automatically has all of your information here. So as long as they use this link, it will be placed under you. So all products are in this app. So if you wanted, let's say somebody just wanted Shakeology, you would go to supplements, and you can see, if you kind of scroll down and it's in alphabetical order, you see here Shakeology. Or like, let's say somebody wanted to order Energize, you would scroll up the Beachbody Performance line, which is the pre-workout that I live by. You can click on Energize here, and here's the link that you would send them to order Energize. So there's the individual products, and then you have the challenge packs. What's also nice is you'll notice up here, if you click settings up here in the top, you can have the US or the Canada. So if you have a Canadian customer, and then probably when the UK launches in the fall, we are going to the UK in October. It's already, you can see already right here in gray, it'll give us the option to be able to, so if I have a Canadian customer, I would click Canada here, I would get out of that, and then all of these prices are now for Canada. And so all of these links are associated for Canada. So I really use this app all the time, guys. So this, or you can do this. These are your two ways to send links now. So just kind of keep that in mind. So making sure that you're utilizing that to send them the links. And then let's see what not to do. So again, what not to do, I would say, do not tell them the price up front. Don't just get to know them. Don't just cut the conversation short and just be after their money. People will be able to see right through that. And then again, don't just send them the link right away in like a huge message. You want to have their permission. You want to, you want them to say yes to when you send them the YouTube link, and they say, yes, I want to get started. Then you send them the link. And we already went over forming. So let's see, a couple more. This is long. I got to shorten this. So what if someone already has a coach? Always ask if they are working with someone is what I usually will ask people. People can switch to you, but ideally if they are working with someone and they have a working relationship with them, I usually will refer them back to their coach. Now, there are a lot of customers out there who have our products and they don't have a coach. Then usually what I'll do is I will have them switch to me as their coach, and I will continue to coach them, and I'll add them to my group. Even if they don't buy anything from me, I still add them, guys, because that is still my potential to build a relationship with them, and they may purchase in the future, or they may become a coach on my team in the future. So I don't, if someone has a product and they don't have a coach, I will take them on. And then a couple social media tips, practice. And so again, social media is a skill. And so that's something that you will develop. You want to make sure you're taking clear pictures with good lighting. You want to use apps. And so that's one thing. Quickly, I just wanted to show you what the apps are that I quickly use. And so I have on my phone, these are the apps that I usually recommend for coaches. WordSwag is really great to make quotes and to also add text to font, add text to your pictures. So WordSwag is a really great app. Afterlight is really great for editing your photos, brightening them up, sharpening them up. So that is an app that I recommend. Facetune is also an app that I recommend that allows you to smooth out any blemishes. And so that's really good because, again, your pictures now are going to be everything. So keep that in mind. And then Moldive is what I recommend for collages. So that's what I recommend for collages. And then in terms of video collages, Pick, Play, Post is really great for video collages. And then iMovie, you guys see my videos where I'm like speeding up things. I do that on iMovie. I record it on my phone and then I speed it up on iMovie and I crop it and edit it. And that's what I do on iMovie. So those are the apps. So use apps because guys, at the end of the day, like I said, working on the quality of your images will be everything. So make that a huge focus. And so if you have, like I see Estefania, she has like, is that a curtain behind you? I can't tell if that's a curtain. So like, if you get natural light there, like you want to make, you want to take your photos with the phone, right in front of you with the light facing you. And you really utilizing when you have natural light. You want always light in front of you for everyone. But just looking in your houses, guys, and seeing where you have natural light coming in from the windows are going to be very, very important. Be honest and share you and your journey. That's going to be key. Add value in your posts. And so, follow the 80-20 rule, 80% of you and then 20% Beachbody. At the end of the day, I should not see stock images of Beachbody. I should not see, 80% Beachbody. Again, the idea, guys, is that you are the brand, not Beachbody. And then again, post at least 3 times a day. And then one thing I always like to, this is how I thought when I first started, is that imagine you had 100,000 people following you. Envision it. What would you say? What would you say to that audience? You had 100,000 young 18-year-old women following you. What would you say to them? What is the message you want them to see from you? That was literally how I thought about it from day one. I was like, wow, imagine when I have 100,000 people following me. And so think about that, right? Use that to help you really think about what's the message you're putting out there and what's the legacy you want to have people know you for. And then, again, this is just talking about following up with people who like and comment and share your posts. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for liking my Facebook post. I was super nervous about posting it. How are you? So that's something you can do to start forming a relationship. And just really, really building that relationship. Or, hey, Stephanie, thanks for liking my Facebook post. I was super nervous about posting it. Are you working towards any fitness goals? That's a conversation starter. Maybe they commented on one of your sweaty selfies, or maybe they commented on one of the transformation photos you're going to post. That's a way for you to, initially go right into the conversation. And don't be afraid to be bold and be direct. Again, if you're being authentic in your posts, it's okay. And then what not to do. Do not post blurry photos. Do not, guys, post blurry photos. Do not post dark photos or grainy photos. Do not post stock images from Beachbody. Always try to show you in the photos, not all your photos, but basically the idea is like not to just show stock images. I'd rather you post photos of you, your family, out and about. And you guys can always follow me. And I am a great case study. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am a great case study of what to, of just posting, because I'm so consistent and I post. I have such a very diverse and busy, and I travel and I work. The only thing I don't have are kids or pets. So if you have that, you can add to that, because I don't have, children or pets. So know that that's part of brand. That's a part of a brand of yours. So do not only post twice a week. You must be consistent, and do not take a picture of Shakeology in your program alone unless you're in the picture. This is for people who take pictures of just their Shakeology, and it's don't do that. Don't take a picture of just your Shakeology. Really, that's very salesy, guys. I'm trying to stop you from being salesy, because that's not the point. The point is to really share and tell a story through your posting. And then here's an idea, and I can post this in the team page again, so that you guys can see. This is an idea of a Facebook post guide. This is for the post per day. 1 inspirational post, 1 value post, 1 fitness post, 2 lifestyle personal posts, and then what to post every week: a transformation post, a challenge group call out, a coach op call out, 2 coaching lifestyle posts, and then 3 engaging post questions. What that means, those 3 engaging post questions, which I'm sure you see lots of people do, it's when they literally ask a question. Or they're like, oh, which dress should I buy for this party I'm going to, A or B? It's really getting engagement on your page. That is the point. There's a reason behind why people do So again, this is something for you guys nice to have by you. It gives you an idea. And again, my goal is not that you have to post all of this and maybe you decide, okay, I'm only going to do 2 of these. The goal is for you to ramp up and be consistent. So just pick whatever you feel you can be consistent and just be consistent. That's all I'm asking. And then how to ask questions. So our training site has a lot of information, so you go through there. But our team page is the first place to ask a lot of questions. I prefer in the team page just because, trust me, if you have a question, someone else has a question, and someone else has that question. It also gives the opportunity that if I'm at work, or let's say, you know, other people are working, if we're all funneling questions into the team page, it allows everyone to learn and it allows everyone else to chime in and ask questions. If you are in a pod, I do sometimes will place coaches in pods, meaning like little messenger pods of 3 to 5 people. That is also a place where you can ask questions. But go to Google, check out YouTube. There's a lot on YouTube and Google when it comes to Beachbody coaching and training. So if you literally, like, whatever question you have, even if you had like how to, it's on the training site, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But even if it was like how to run a challenge group Beachbody, like if you put that into YouTube, you will get a slew of videos of just like training and things like that. So just understand that there's a lot of resources out there. So just be mindful of that. Not to say that I'm not here and Luke's not here for questions and we're not here, but we're just saying it's good to ask on the team page first so that we can answer and everyone can share and learn from the answer. So that's kind of my thing there. And then, so again, next steps. So to breathe, go to the training site. And then, so let me show you what the training site looks like. So if you go to Team Healthier You, and there's a password, and I'm not going to put the password here because this call is recorded, so I will share the password in the team page, and this call is public. So this call, this is password protected, but what you'll do is you'll go to the new coach checklist, you'll click on that, and then you'll go to new coach training, and then you can have the training here. So you'll see, and this will be changing in the next couple weeks. We're trying to simplify it a little bit more for you guys, so it'll be changing a little bit. But you'll see here, if you come to coach training, there's the lessons here, your story, your why, some of the things we already discussed, inviting. And then if you guys scroll down here, you'll see there's scripts here. So if you click on scripts and you click here for team scripts, it'll take you to my Google Drive. And the Google Drive, like for example, here's my current script. So literally this is Stephanie's current script. This is literally what I'm using. So you click in here and you can use this, and you can use this script. What I do, guys, is I save it on a note in my phone. I save the script so that I can just kind of keep referencing it. So just kind of something to keep in mind. So that's there. But this website is here for you as a resource. So make sure that you're utilizing this. And then the other thing, so there's lots of things on here: how to run challenge group guides, personal development recommendations, coach training, how to enroll. So again, if you had a question about how do I enroll again, I got a new customer, Stephanie, how do I enroll? You can go to the training site and there's a video right here over what I just showed you, just specifically with that video. So again, all these resources, I made it mobile friendly, so it's on the mobile phone as well. So you have that option, how to send someone your links. So that's on here as well. So make sure that you're utilizing this more and more. And so we have this here. And then lastly, before we end, is the Coach Online Office. So this is when you log into Team Beachbody as part of your initial training, making sure that you go to the site tour. This over here is a fantastic, and those of you who've been around for a while, if you haven't done this, it's actually a really good tour. And it'll teach you a lot about the online office. And so this is a really nice tour to take you through the office. Here's your coach ID. And then there's also training here done by corporate. So kind of keep that in mind. And this is where you can see, and there's, again, the tour will take you through everything that you need to know there. So, all right, so next steps, breathe, breathe, breathe. Go to the training site. And then remember, commit to a program, share authentically, help 3 people. And then I believe in you and you have what it takes. So I'm going to stop this share. Let's see. So that's a lot. I know that's a lot. And, but it's vital stuff. And those who have been around know that everything has to do with doing things consistently every single day. I will tell you, in all the 4 years, nothing has changed in my business in terms of my activities that I do every single day. I still post every day. I reach out to people every single day. I follow up with people. I check into my challenge group. That is what I do every single day. And the one thing I will say that I've been doing is I improve on the quality of my posting and I improve on my branding. So that is what time has given me, in addition to, because when I do that, it allows me to grow my followers and it allows me to grow the number of people who are seeing what I'm doing. So that's what consistency does. So there's no way to jumpstart this unless you happen to have a lot of people that you know. It takes time to grow, so know that. However, I will say if you have, if you are like when I first started, I started with 1,000 people on Facebook that I knew, and I had 200 people on Instagram. So those were my numbers when I started. But again, I was just extremely consistent and posted every single time, every single day. And because I was showing results, which was a win-win for me, people were naturally interested in joining. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that was a lot. That was an hour and 16 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. If you guys have any questions, post them in. I'm going to post, I'll tell you the password, Estefania. I'll post it in the team page just because this is public. It's going to go public. And then I don't want other people logging into the team page. So I will post the team page, the password. And then again, your homework assignments guy, your why, your vision. What was the third thing I said? I forgot.
Why, your vision, and your coming out post.
Oh, and your coming out, was that part? Yeah, your coming out post. I feel like
Okay.
there was a third one though, but I don't think that was it.
I just gave you the third
All right, that was the third one, your coming out post. All right, guys. So I will post a recording for this in case you want to re-listen to this. And let's rock this week. All right, guys. Bye.